Hey y'all, this is Tamara from Fresh and Fire Backyard Living. Check out our latest project. I've been too excited to bring y'all this one. If you want to know how to jazz up a already everyday fountain you have, or create a rock garden, or combine them both, stay tuned. We're going to show you how we got this look. And you can maintain it all winter and summer. So to start, you want to decide on what type of fountain you want to use. We used the same fountain we had out on the deck last year, all season. It was a good fountain. We really enjoyed it. But right now is a good time to probably find a fountain. Quite sure a lot of the big box stores and places have stuff on clearance. So decide on the fountain you want to use. And then once you decide on that, then decide what type of pot or arrangement you want to have it in. Make sure it's sturdy, and make sure you drill some holes in the bottom of it. This right here, what I have, is actually a raised bed. My mom found this. I don't even remember where, but she found herself one, so I asked her to get me one. It's cracked in the back, but it was still functional, so I definitely consider that a win. I've had it for a couple of years now, trying to figure out what I wanted to do with it. It actually comes with legs, but then I got the idea, hey, why not use it for that fountain, since it was sitting kind of low last year and I couldn't see it, especially during the winter time when I didn't want to go outside. So in the end, it worked out perfectly. So after you drill the holes in the bottom of your pot, what you want to do next is start filling it with gravel in the bottom. I know that's a controversial thing to say nowadays. Some people say don't put gravel in the bottom of your pots, but I prefer to do it just to have that added security of making sure whatever is going to drain. I like the bigger rocks. I'm using small little pieces of gravel. That's what I had available, so that's what I threw in there. But I prefer the bigger ones so I can make sure the water flows through the pot. But you'll want to fill it for about an inch or two, and then put landscaping pots in the middle or wherever you decide to put your fountain. I used two really sturdy landscaping pots in the middle and went from there. Here you can see a better view of the landscaping pots that I was talking about. I just used two and flipped them upside down, and that'll give you a good base to put your fountain on. Now, if it's a little bit heavier, you might want to use something sturdier. And you can see the big crack in the back of the pot that I was talking about. Now, for the plants that are going to go in the arrangement, I decided to go with sedum since it's on the deck and it gets really hot up there. These right here are autumn joy sedums. I've had some around my mailbox for years and have fallen in love with them. They don't require much water, and the bees love them. They go crazy over them every fall. Now, along with the autumn joy, found a mix, a variegated mix of different types of sedums. I believe there's some hen and chicks in this one as well. I cannot remember the name of what these are. I will definitely put it in the description, but I found it at one of the big box stores. They were so pretty, so I got those. I believe these are lime zingers, but I got two different types, and along with some additional hen and chicks just to add in the front. But I love these things. They are so low maintenance, but you get such a pretty effect when you plant them. They don't require much water. They can require, as far as on the deck, I don't have to worry about them wilting or anything like that. And they don't even like to be fertilized that much. So they're, to me, the perfect plant. It's just kind of basically a hands-off type of plant. When you decide to do too much to them, that's when they get unhappy. Check this one out. It already had little babies sprouting out of the side before I could even get it planted. These are awesome plants. They're easy to propagate and not much maintenance. Really, they're the perfect kind of plant to have, especially if you don't have a lot of time. Now, sedums need well-draining soil. You can buy a cactus mix for this arrangement, but since I had a large pot and materials available to me, I decided to make my own. So you can basically add some topsoil, peat moss, or cocoa coir. It's up to you as far as your choice in that. And then you want to add some perlite, to the mix that's well draining. And then to top it off, you'll want to just add a little bit of compost on top, and also mix in your fertilizer and some lime if you're using peat moss to cut down on that acidity. They like alkaline soil, so you definitely want to make sure it's not too acidic. And when you're doing all this, you want to be sure to wear a mask. Mix all of these ingredients well together inside the pot of your choice, and you have a potting mixture that's well draining and the sedums will be happy with. Now before you begin planting your sedums, you want to get an idea of what you're going to put your water fountain on top of. I played around with a paver, but yeah, just get an idea of how you want things laid out and what you want to do before you even start planting your plants in there, just to get an idea. You can always change it in the end if you need to. Now once you decide on how you want your arrangement laid out, you can go ahead and start planting your sedums. Be sure to check the bottom of the pot and the roots. You want to make sure they're not like root bound, because if they are, you're going to need to fluff the roots out so they can grow on through the pot. Now once I got all my sedums in, I decided to go ahead and look at the setup one more time and put my paver back in the middle of the arrangement and see if it was going to work. And I quickly discovered that it was starting to like mash on the plants that I had just planted. The paver was really big and wide and actually heavy. So I decided to use some slate that we had left over from the some turtle aquariums that we used to have, and that ended up working out perfectly. Now once you have the sedums planted, go ahead and start basically building your rock garden. Add rocks all under and around the sedums, anywhere where you can get rocks, and make sure you pick different variations of sizes. That'll make it more visually interesting. And here are the end results. I'm so happy with the way this came out. It is more than I could have even imagined. I just love going out on the deck and listening to the water and enjoying the birds, especially at the end of the day. And I paired it with fall, winter, little small arrangements beside the rock garden. Y'all know I love my flowers, so I have to have some pansies around, and I put some ornamental mustard greens in the middle of that just so I could have my little flower fix. But I think it came out really, really cute. So I really enjoyed going out there and seeing the view, and I added some lights here and there just to add to the view, especially at night when you're looking out at the deck from the sunroom. But guess what? These are also incandescent Christmas lights. So of course it's going to help keep the whole environment warm and basically keep the plants happy and not have any setbacks. They'll be fine if it gets cold, but I didn't want any type of disturbance of my view, if you will. So if you were ever looking to do a no frills type of arrangement on your deck or in your yard, or looking to pair your fountain, or even do a small rock garden, give it a try. This was much easier than I thought, and once I got going, it was really a lot of fun. If you have any questions, remember, leave them in the comments. To keep your fountain flowing in the wintertime, get a bird bath warmer. I found this online. It has been working for me since last year perfectly. With this Georgia weather, we can be in freezing temperatures one week, or even in one day and back in the 70s in the next. So I always hate to break down an arrangement or something from the summer. So this is the perfect way to keep your fountain flowing in the wintertime and still be able to enjoy it. For more tips on gardening and grilling, check us out on Fresh and Fire Backyard Living.